Hey folks, Inclusive Designs here, and this is the aftermarket special for the 135 scale AH-1W Super Cobra. Now I have the MRC kit, but if you have the Academy kit, these aftermarket sets will work with your model, so don't have to worry about that. But I do have the MRC kit, so this is what we'll be working with. Now here we go. Now I have the Verlinden set, as well as you can see the Edward set for the cockpit. Now you might not have to worry about getting both these sets. I just happen to have both of them because I wanted to actually take a few of the parts from the Verlinden set and add them to the cockpit. However, it's important to note that if you just kind of want one or the other, the Edward set is more geared towards, basically taking those parts and putting them on the original kit pieces for like your Academy or your MRC kit, not to be placed on to the Verlinden sets, if that made any sense. But anyway, I just wanted to say that, right off the bat. But getting into the Verlinden sets, it's all done in a nice resin. It's very sturdy. It's actually really nice sets. And it comes, basically what you get is just like a piece of paper, shows the inventory, and then it just kind of gets right into, just the instructions. And just shows you basically where the placement goes. No real color guides or anything like that, just basically where the stuff goes. But the parts are very nice. Stuff for the Gatling gun. A little bit of photo etched, which is really cool. And then the Edward masking sets. I didn't open that, but you get the idea for the masking. Comes with, I believe, in the instructions of where to place the mask. And we'll get to the heads in a minute here, and then of course for the interior cockpit for the Edward, and then there's the photo etched. So again, I'll be once we get into the build portion of the videos, you'll see kind of how I'm gonna mix and match parts. The parts from Verlinden that I really wanted are like the hoses and like the seats, those kind of things. And like right there, like the hoses I wanted, the seats I wanted, maybe the back panels I wanted, maybe not so much the instrument panels. That's kind of what I wanted from Edward. And then of course the aftermarket, the decals. Don't know if I'm going to be using all of them, but the ones with the MRC kit, because again, this kit's from the 90s. If you've watched my inbox review, the model is beautiful, but the decals, they're getting up there in age, right? So the nice decal sheet is definitely something to get. I'll just show the other side. Just kind of shows you the different variants or different markings you can do. Again, you can cut them. You make different numbers. We can make your aircraft your own if you wanted to. And then it's another thing I bought. You can make your own gun out of metal instead of the plastic, which I will do because it does stick right out of the aircraft instead of using the plastic. So again, that's another aftermarket set you can get. And then the pilots, these are the couple of the pilots that I bought. I started building them, I got their arms on. There's another one there. And it's a head, this is a female head. And of course, if you didn't want to use a female head, this is just one of the sets that I bought, aftermarkets. Just comes with a bunch of heads, Legend Productions, and you just basically choose a head and then put it on there. There's different sets out there with different pilots you can get. Of course, you wanted to get it the Marines for one, and for the right time. I guess this would be more for geared in the 2000s. That's where I'm gearing it towards. Or if you want to use the female head, that's up to you. It doesn't have to be gender specific. I mean, it's your model. And then I found a company on eBay, Coastal Kits. They got their own website, which I'll probably be buying from them right off their website instead of eBay, just because I found them on eBay. They make these nice, I have to get it out more on camera here, it's pretty big. I'm going to use a thicker board afterwards, but this is pretty thick. This is a base right here. There's my hand. It's nice and thick, but once your model is complete, this will be a cool display base for your model. So this is based off of one of the aircraft carriers. I can't remember which one now, but basically the same one that the U.S. Marines would deploy off of. I can't remember the name of the aircraft carrier, it escapes me, but that's perfect. So once the model's complete, I'll put the helicopter on here, have a couple of the pilots, and maybe some other personnel standing on here right next to the aircraft. And that'll make an excellent display stand, or base, I guess you can call it. So that's something to consider, and they don't just do, there we go. They have many other options. So that's something to consider too. So it's not really helicopter specific, but it's just something else you can consider. So that's pretty much all I have for the AH-1W for aftermarket parts, but I think that's not too bad considering the age of the kit, right? At least mine, it's pretty old. But I think with using pretty much all of this, or a good number of this stuff here, she'll make a pretty nice looking helicopter model. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or any comments or anything that that you know out there that this kit might need to make it look a little bit nicer anyway, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.